Hey, it's Tally and Trevere. And we're back with more Amarantus. As you can see, our title screen has been updated a little bit. Look at that! I love it when games do this and have, like, your little party members with you on the start screen. I am, like, a little bit concerned that Arik just still looks so sad. Like, it's understandable when he was just by himself, sitting around this fire in this dark forest. But he's got his friends around him now. Why aren't you more cheerful? I don't know. Just being a sad boy, I guess. Anyway, last time we set off on a weird, awkward road trip where we're planning to overthrow the government, and we don't really know how we're planning to do that yet. Hey Kit, welcome. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know, I just get a weird vibe. And I feel like the game has been kind of commenting on it a little bit, with like people trying to kind of push Arik for answers of like, what is he actually intending to achieve here? But it is just so weird to me that we don't seem to have any kind of plan. Like, what is going on in Arik's head? How does he envision this happening? You know? It's really bothering me. But yeah, I guess we're gonna find out. I'm gonna let the game cook. This feels like a dysfunctional group, but even like apart from, you know, the relationships between the characters, it feels like there's just no plan. Like, Arik has all these like big goals and ideals and like seemingly no plan for how to execute on them. And like maybe he does and he's just not telling us, the audience, or apparently his friends. But that's, you know, slightly concerning in its own way. Anyway, let's get started. We'll see what kind of shenanigans we're gonna get up to this time. Oh, okay, so we were in this weird position where we've got our new friend Reckon here. Yeah, nobody knows what they're doing. Like, I almost kind of feel like Arik just doesn't really see himself as the leader of this crew. He just, like, expects everyone else to be equally, what's the word? Invested in this whole revolution as he is, and for them to be, like, contributing their own plans and ideas. But they're just, like, waiting for him to figure out what he's trying to do. And nobody's communicating with each other about this. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, our current state is that we have our new friend Reckon here, who seems to want to test us in some way, and I was a little bit confused about what these options mean. But I'm kind of leaning towards getting to know our new friend a little bit better. Yeah, he was being like, I'm responsible for you all. I think he definitely does at least take responsibility for the fact that he started all of this. But I don't know if he's, like, equipped to follow through on it. Because it just ultimately just kind of feels like, not that he's not taking this seriously, but more like, almost like the game isn't really taking it very seriously. Like, that plot is like kind of an afterthought to the, like, character relationships and stuff. Yeah, he's way in over his head. Yeah. Maybe he's just very naive and just actually believes that he can waltz in there and just start a revolution and everything will be totally fine. But yeah, people definitely have been pushing him on that and, like, being like, hey, you know it's not gonna be that easy, right? But also, part of me wonders if there is some kind of secret plan or secret weapon, because I do think that there's something up with Arik and like why the soldiers at the beginning were apparently looking for him specifically. So I wonder if he's like, some kind of secret heir or whatever the heck, something that would at least give them some sort of edge. I don't know. Like even if it is something like that, it's still not going to be just a walk in the park, obviously. But yeah, I'm definitely very curious to see where the heck this is all going. Yeah, the only one who would know the consequences of the major, exactly. Yeah. All right. What the heck are we gonna do here? Like I don't understand what we're going with people for. Like what does Reckon want us to do exactly? Here, let's take a peek at the history real quick. Like I don't know. Reckon just wants to us to prove ourselves somehow, I think. Split up and show him what we've got. Okay. So what is this exactly? Like a fight? So I guess if I join him, then I'm like going against my friends here. Um, let's see. Who do I go with? Honestly, I feel like Rayanne and Marius are kind of the most fun characters. I kind of want to hang out with them. Yeah, she's responsible but has no obligation to mother them. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's kind of I don't know where she stands right now, really. Like, obviously, she originally came along just for the money, and I think that is mostly her motivation. Maybe maybe our weird gang of weirdos is growing on her, but yeah, she's definitely trying not to, you know, get too involved with us. Uh, let's let's try and go in with these doofuses. I'll go with Rayanne and Marius. I don't know about how practical my formal training with Tari will turn out to be. I actually am good at this. And right now, I've got this tingling in my fingers like I really want to swing a fist. Tingling in my toes, too. So maybe I need to kick someone. You ain't coming near me with that sort of energy. Uh, let's circle back to that. Major, you don't mind taking me, do you? Patron, we can work it out together. Need to be deeper in the forest. And that leaves us here. You really know what you're doing? Think about who I am, man. Ray always thought I'd keep it a secret, but you really can't hide that sort of thing. Who I am, I want to know. So is Reckon just gonna stand there awkwardly in the forest? I don't know. I guess we're gonna. Are we gonna try to fight him, or are we gonna try to fight each other? I don't know. People knew. They didn't know how I ended up there. If they did, they'd know I was not at all useful for them. What the hell are you talking about? Ended up where? I need to know your story, man. But let's actually do something. Come on. Say I came up behind you. You talking about his parents or something? I don't know. Since you're yay high, I could go for your nose with my elbow. He's out of your reach, so donkey it. I'm trying to guess what that might involve. She swings one foot back, stabbing behind her, teetering forwards to counterbalance. Donkey kick. I try it out, but lose my balance. Marius steps away, leaving me without a target. Don't suddenly tell him to... I'm right. Maybe it works for you, but Arik... It never works for me. So, what would you do if someone came up behind you? People don't come up behind me. And I don't like kicking anyway. Nothing wrong with a good kick. He bounces on his feet, showing off the scuffs on his boots. Giving someone a kick gives them something to grab. They flip you, you hit the ground. Doesn't that apply to any weapon that isn't sharp and pointed? So you make everything sharp and pointed. I saw you tear that soldier apart before we got here. Their skin was coming off in ribbons. I know you have a knife, but you weren't holding it. I looked. You ripped him up with your hands. What? Wait, when did this happen? I don't remember this. Did you do that with your fingernails? Some sort of metal gauntlet? That's impractical. It gets stolen in seconds. People don't steal from me. Rand holds up her hand, showing us blunt, stubbly fingers with short, chipped nails. She turns her hand over, revealing her palm. Nestled between her fingers is a row of sharp blades. Narrow steel claws from her thumb across to her little finger. Ooh, that's nasty. Where do I get one of those? There's a matching set in her other hand. Ripped him out of a body I found in the streets a couple of years back. Never did much for the poor bastard, but they work for me. Must be the only set in the country. Rand folds her fingers back down again. Now I can see her hollowed fists, an inch away from rending her own fingers to the bone. It's gotta be symbolic there. That she tries so hard to hurt other people that she's always close to hurting herself. I want to take you on. As in a fight. You do? You're using the inside of your hands, I'm using the outside. Let's weigh it up. When Murray first introduced me to Marius, he'd already been out of the house a couple of years. Around her, it's like he's wearing someone he's... Is stream alive? I'm getting some kind of network issues, I think. Oh, back? Maybe? Hello? Is the stream back? Hello, hello? How is stream? I think we're back. I don't know what that was, but I think my network dropped for a sec there. I think we're good now. I'll just start this line over, I guess. Now, though, he chews his bottom lip, eyes narrowed. His shoulders draw in, veins standing out on his arms as his muscles tense. This must be who they see. The rich boy on the streets who can't afford to be a target. You can't take me. I don't expect to. He's in with a shot. I want to see this. Don't tear him up too bad. Just 'cause you asked. Don't bruise her up too bad. Sparring only. Hey, you two? Both of you? Yeah? Oh, impress me. Don't even think... What is this about? What is he referencing here? Don't even think about what? What? There's something kind of funny about this. Impress me. But this I just don't even understand. Let's go with this one, I guess. Impress me. Come. Yep. Oh! Fuck! First blood. Be careful, though. Maybe I shouldn't have told them to... Oh, God. Are they okay? That might have been too dirty, Rayanne. Not dirty enough. So that's how you like it? Oh, God. Guys. Learn anything? Not a bit. Can we take it from the top? Ugh. Can I sit the next round one out? I said no one else can fight the way I do. You also said you're familiar with how other people fight. You'd have to if you're going to take them on. You want me to teach you how to throw a punch? With all my heart. Go on, then. Take a shot. Make a fist. Thumb goes on the outside. Your parents didn't teach you that? They didn't love you. Tari has great pride in swordplay. Formal stuff. Not sure where she trained, but she used to teach. With the army? She believed that once your blade's lost, you've lost your pride. Time to stop. Pride means take and take and take, till everything's been taken from you. This isn't something I've needed to mess around with before. You've never picked a fight with someone? You're not gonna get anything out of Arik. He keeps his head down. Duh! You're meant to punch through the target, bud. We spend some time refining my punches. Then Marius and Rayanne take another turn at sparring. Rayanne fights too dirty for Marius to keep up. We meet back by the campfire as the sun sets. How did everyone go? Oh, we did really good. We were throwing punches around and we didn't do anything. You were stumbling around like a drunk while I... Oh, you were fantastic in action. You tried throwing a punch at my face while I was standing still, and missed. You moved so fast, and went so hard. Oh my god. You too. I don't have much to add to that. No harm done here. The mechanics of that machine are fascinating. Well, if no one else will say it, I will. You're not a revolutionary army, are you? You're not even a revolutionary. You're one of them. An Eckler, aren't you? What is an Eckler? Gross. Yes, you did work it out quite quickly. Ah, well, the whole thinking thing. You did have me confused for a while, though, without the... When you people look for us, you only ever look for one thing. If you can't see it, you can't find us. I've never met an Eckler before. I have a question for all of you. Think it through, carefully. The thinking means more than the answer. If you could aspire to anything, what would you want to be at the end of this? That's a big question. I want to rip the heart out of something. Something that will always be missing. That they'll always know is me. Well, tell him if I'm lying, huh? I just want to be someone better, I think. There's probably all sorts of ways to do that. Too many to narrow it down. You all know what I want. Kodad down. Off. And gone. And to bring in something new. That's not who you are gonna be, though. He asked who you want to be. I want my friends to make it home safe and alive. I'll give whatever I have to help them get there. Aww. Can't that be enough? Why must you always demand more? For things to be better for everyone who deserves better. That is all you'll have said aloud from me. If I must. If I cannot keep my peace, then there is better work for these people. There are worse goals than ending the war. We've all answered. Does that mean you owe us your answer? As in he's our cryptid of the forest? Yeah. No. For everything I offer, I must offer enough for sense to be found. All or none. I should not give half answers. I should not hide meaning. So I say you owe me the context of your answers. Huh. Why must we tell you? Surely you know. Huh. I'm rusty. What have you been told about the war against Athalau? Well, I mean... They're not really human, are they? That's a problem. I mean, it's possible that it's true, but also that is often something that people say about their enemies. I mean, as a nation, that's what people say. It's not how I think. How do you know you're human when you can't feel each other thinking? So, like, whatever the heck kind of person Reckon is, they're some sort of, I don't know. Yes, some kind of telepathy, probably. But, like, what? What does that mean? They're just people out here in this world who can just, like, read people's minds? Interesting. Very curious. But we believe you have your strengths and uses. We wouldn't go to war for that. So he's from the enemy side, so to speak. Huh. Is the war a money thing? Or a resources thing? They always end up being one of those. Mind you, our parents do always make everything a money and resources thing. During the reign of Lord Adair and his father, it was a resources thing. Akalau had so much land and so few people. But if Koda wanted land for a growing population, he wouldn't be getting us all killed off. I mean, if you don't have the resources to support your nation, then I guess either more resources or fewer people is also technically a valid option. But, yeah, not a great idea. It's gotta be a power thing now. This is your country. Well, go on then if you know so much. A killer, politician dead. Koda responsible. That's not how I heard it. Not quite. I mean, probably loads of politicians dead and Koda responsible. That's what happens in a war, right? It wasn't during the war. It was peacetime talks. And he wasn't the lord yet, his father was. Ah. So before he beheaded Lord Adair. Wait, was this Lord Adair his father? Shit. And he beheaded him? Goddamn. Some drama here. When he was our age. Before he claimed the throne, still splattered with blood. That's a story we had too. So he murdered the Eckler politician as practice? If it came first? Not far apart. News of Adair's beheading came first. Dead Akiller news in the background. It's starting to ring a bell. Not a politician. Was she an ambassador? Somehow my mind is going back to the very start of the game. The, first intro cutscene. I don't remember the dialogue at all. I just remember it was like a man and a woman talking. And I wonder if that was them. But again, I don't remember nearly enough of the dialogue to know if that's a reasonable assumption to make. It's just random vibes-based theory. Maybe. I was always told that she... Yes. Yes, she was. If she'd been working with Lord Adair, the court said she'd given up and gone home, and then news came from Eklau that she never even arrived. Eklau. Is Eric's mother an Eklar? Huh. I don't know. That's what I said. Ray always has been one of those people who can't quite get their mouth around that k sound. How do you say that? Is that like a h sound, presumably? I'm not very good at it either. I can try, though. And then Lord Koda strides into the court, all bloodstained, sword drawn, and takes off his father's head and claims the throne, all in one fell swoop. Pare always took pride in the gory details. I think one of his people might have even been at the city at the time. I always figured he was trying to scare us. That's a way of telling it. What's your way? Can you tell us, even if you don't owe us? She's a martyr in Akalau. In all the history books. Very saintly. Picturesque? No. Wrong word. But the type. Virginal. Naive. Pacifist. Pure of heart. Perfect. Our wars fought under her banner, which makes your job easier. I remember they mentioned something about how Reckon sounds like he's not used to speaking, and I wonder if that's because of the, like, telepathy thing. If, like, they can just communicate with their minds, and so a lot of the time they don't have to speak aloud. Just a random thought. Does it? Yeah, it does. For Akalau, the war is not about Richard so much as it's about Koda. No more Koda, no more war. We get space to change. All he has to do to end the whole war is take himself out? I mean, I don't think he'd be down with that, though. Drive to survive can be powerful. It can fail you. It didn't fail him. Just screwed us over. Do you fight under her banner? No. Did you know her? If she's dead, we deserve to know how she died. If she's dead. It's an if, then. Interesting. Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, like how you were wondering, Kit, if Arik's mother was an Eklar? I wonder if she's his mother. That would explain why he's so special, supposedly. I don't know. So many mysteries! And I promised our father I'd bring home whatever I could find. You think she's still here? Something of her must be. We've lost everything she was to everything they made her mean. We need something of our own. She wasn't any of those things, was she? Naive or pure or perfect or anything? Saintly? She was an ass. She was only... How old are you? 22. Your age. A little younger. Her name? Wait, say that again. There were some vowels in there that made my brain tingle. Sounded like Marin to me. I knew a Marin once. Close enough. Damn it, Reckon. That's the second time we've done that. I guess the Reckon's name and her name are just in their language, and Reckon is just assuming that we won't be able to pronounce it properly. Well, I'm guessing one day we'll find out their real names. I have to sit down. How long have you been here? You have the right of it. Not quite 10 years. 7? It didn't happen here, did it? I came here through the port nearby. Started to collect information. People would come through. People who were at court that day, or had heard about what had... Kodad didn't kill off all the witnesses? Stupid. Leaving people alive who watched him behead his own father. That's about building strength. Building a mythology. We need something like that. How? Are you planning to publicly behead someone? To make an image for yourself? You want to march right up and take off his head right in front of everyone? I do not want to kill him. Jeez, no. I don't mean take him out. I mean we need to... If he's not in power anymore, if he's not at the forefront of our country, then they don't want to fight us anymore, right? Maybe we do that by biding our time, building our connections, picking away at what he has. Maybe we do it some other way. I don't know yet, but I do know that's where we want to go. Are you willing to come down this way with me? I am. Ain't what I signed up for, but better than going home. I will see this to the end. I am with you. Meeting adjourned, as you were. I go after Murray. She's not hard to find. The air out here is light and smoky. He doesn't need us, you know. Her voice is low, a little hoarse. Reckon? If he didn't need something, he would have already done it. He's chosen to hold off. He's been waiting for something to change. I think that's us. Look at you, talking to people, making friends. I used to think you'd go through your whole life so shut down. I feel like I still am. It seems you've decided not to try to be everything on your own. You can put little pieces of yourself in other people, and maybe they can help you stand tall. Am I really getting this from you? You talk to yourself, Arik, all the time. Conspiring, planning, wanting. I can promise I've never done the same. You want more from life. And you don't? This isn't about me. Come sit by me. Even without my network, I do understand people. If you want to know where you stand with anybody, maybe I can help. Is there anyone I can share some insight on? Ooh. Ooh, what is this? You? Myself. Yeah, deflecting again. I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna get the option to do multiple choices here, but if I only get one, it's definitely between her and myself. I kind of want to see her talk about herself. You. My answer should be obvious. You're my oldest friend, and I love you dearly. Go on, take another shot. Aw. I guess I'm also curious to hear what she has to say about the Major. And I'm curious to see what she would say about Reckon, given that we literally just met him. I don't know. I want to know all of these, to be honest. I'm going to try myself. Myself. That one is an eternal mystery. What do you want me to say? You got any ways I can make my peace? With what? There's a voice in the back of my head most nights. It's never satisfied, never pleased. It wants more. And more it starts to sound like my voice, though it never did before. Huh. Wait, what? That it never did before is what bothers me. What? Interesting. It has good parts and good ideas, but not always for me. Its ideas shouldn't always be for me. I wonder if this is some like fourth wall breaking shit of like the voice in his head is me. It's the voice of the player trying to drive his decisions. Like I didn't get the vibe that this was that kind of game, but who knows? It doesn't sound like something you can trust. No, it doesn't. But I do. I don't know how to let it go. How to let it go right and do no harm with it. I know it's popular to say that you always need to be reaching for more, 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 but I've never agreed. Can't help but ship Mira and Eric. I think they'd make for a healthy couple. Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't say that I ship them, but definitely among the pairings here, they would probably be the most like wholesome. Like I definitely see them as just friends, at least for the time being. But they have a nice, sweet friendship. Yep. Hang on. Uh-oh. Is my camera acting up? Oops. Is my tracking frozen? Okay, well, it'll... I don't think there's anything I can really do about that right now. That's how it's going to be for a bit. Be healthier than whatever Marius and Rayanne have going on right now. Oh, for sure. But, like, Marius and Rayanne are more entertaining, if you ask me. Sometimes you're never going to find anything better than what you have. And the journey to try is going to be pain. Sometimes you're allowed to stop. That helps. Thanks. Why did you walk out before? He really thinks he's going to do this. However many years ago, he came all this way for this. That's what he says. Maybe he wanted adventure too. No, I mean, He was sitting happily at home, living his life. And then he decides he can't anymore. He throws everything away to come here. Sounds a little bit similar to someone else we know. What is that? How unhappy do you have to be with yourself to do all of that? Well, given his sister mysteriously maybe dropped dead, and then the war that had almost finished started up all over again, he probably wasn't very happy. But there's a difference between being happy with yourself and with the situation. There's no reason to think he's unhappy with who he is. That's kind of judgy. Is there something I'm missing here? Is there something wrong with accepting things as they are? Ray, if you're telling me that I should be content with my life as it is, I might as well run into a rock and save Kodad the trouble. Wow. Don't dramatize, Arik. Of course I want things to get better. For everyone. But look at him. He could have stayed home. At least he had complete control of that situation. Coming here, that's suicide. People want stuff. They want change. Nothing weird about that. I don't want more. I don't want anything else. Uh-huh, yeah. We sure are talking about Reckon here. You do want more, though, right? You want Marius to get better and come home. You want something from the Major. You want Rayanne to be less Rayanne. Okay, first of all, I'm wondering about the get better. Like, is there some specific meaning to that? Second of all, you want something from the Major. What the heck does that mean? Like, she was acting a little bit weird about the Major, and I am slightly suspecting that she might have a thing for her. Maybe. But, yeah, I'm curious to see where their relationship is gonna go. Rayanne to be less Rayanne is more straightforward. I want, I want them to want to change. They need to change. They can't keep going the way they're going. Interesting that she seems to want everyone else to change, but she doesn't want to change, and she doesn't want, like, her life to change. It just feels like she wants everyone else to fit in with her neat, nice little life. That, you know, she's grown up kind of having everything that she needs, and she's happy with who she is, but she thinks that, like, she kind of feels that her way is the best, and that everyone that she cares about would be happier if they did things her way. Like, it's... I get that she cares about them, and, like, she genuinely thinks that this would help them, but it does seem a little bit just narrow-minded, I guess. She just has the vibes of, like, an overbearing mother, you know, who thinks that she knows best for you. Like, not to hate on Mireille, she's trying her best, and she does, like, care about her friends and her brother, but, like, she just... a little... I don't know if naive is the right word, but just kind of has a kind of limited perspective, I guess. You've got to find the version of yourself you can live with and hold tight as you can. None of them have yet. The way I'm hearing it, Murray, it doesn't sound so much like you can live with yourself at the moment. Hang on. Wait. What's going on with you and the Major? Is tracking back? I think my tracking's back. Sorry about the hiccup there. Don't you blank me. I've seen the way you look at her. Is she blushing? I'm allowed to look at her. That's allowed. I asked. Did she literally ask that question? You asked? About the ring? Did you not notice? I don't think I've been paying as much attention to her as you have. She wears a gold ring on her left hand, like a wedding ring. So I asked if she was married, with great subtlety. She said he died in the war, years and years ago. Aww. How old is the Major? She didn't seem sad. Not like sad. Is it okay if she wasn't upset? I think it's okay if she wasn't upset. What do you think is under the cape? She's definitely blushing. What are you fantasizing about, Murray? What? I mean, completely innocently, just... it hides a lot. I did actually notice that on the menu screen, the Major didn't have her cape on and had her hair down, which was really weird to see. Scars? Quite likely, yeah. You're really fascinated, huh? I am. She's the strong and stoic sort, but every now and then I see the glimpse of something underneath. Aww. My parents thought it wise to teach me as much as they could about Ekwa. A good decision, based on the politics of the time. But beyond us and them, Maman and Pare didn't so much bother with other cultural, historical, political issues in my education. I wish I knew more. You could ask her. You've been talking plenty. There's a line here. Things a person like me would do. The things they wouldn't. There are things I can imagine, but if I acted, well... it would rather be like destroying me. Or at least, destroying the person I imagine myself to be. That's not necessarily a bad thing, though. Yeah, I think the Major would be way older than most of the cast if it was years and years ago. That's what I was thinking, too. So it had me wondering, if, like, how much older is she then? I mean, we know that Arik is 22, and the others presumably are roughly a similar age. But if she was married and widowed years and years ago, I don't know. But yeah, I think sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone a little, Murray. Do some things that you don't think you would do. You don't have to do anything that makes you feel that bad. I'm just saying. And all I am saying is, I'm grateful for the opportunity to watch her, I suppose. It's getting pretty dark. You want to go back? Yes, let's. Looks like everyone's gone to bed. The Reckon on side. There's nothing to keep watch for anymore. It still doesn't hurt to be cautious. Good night. Night. I take a seat beside the campfire. When I lie back, I can see the stars between the leaves. Dark now, but the spark comes later. How are you going to do this, Ari? Just like I've been doing it up to now. They want to keep together. We need each other. What is that? Hmm? She stays on her side. I stay on mine. Is that Ran, judging by the blonde hair? I've been alone all my life. I don't understand what any of it means. Like, or love, or any of it. I don't know how you know what you want and what you have. I just know they're all I have. And beneath that, I've got me. So I don't say anything to Rayanne. I watch her in the tiniest glimpses. Pale and tired, and small in Marius's unbuttoned shirt. She spits into the fire, absently. It's not in her nature to let anything powerful go untested. What a funny line. I let myself lie down beside the fire. She pokes at the fire with one bare foot, and ashes get dislodged onto my face, which I guess is the best I'd expect from Rayanne. Please do not stick your foot in the fire. That sounds dangerous. I can hear everyone walking around, but I'm comfy in the dirt. I've got more sleep in me yet. Murray pokes at me with her cane. I'd like for us to have another training day, please. Isn't it refreshing? Focusing on the mind and the body and ignoring the big picture. Some of us struggle to forget why they're here. You know what I mean. Anyone else in favor? I would be amenable. I can never figure out what the heck to do with Reckon's voice. Sorry, Reckon. Yes, yeah. I'd love another round. Mutiny! Sorry, bad joke. No objections here. I'd like to go with... The Major! I call the Major! Give me one shot with that glorious piece of... Side eye. I'll take Reckon. We can talk politics. All right. Okay. Guess I'll go with... Ooh, let's see. We've got new combo today. Questions. Reckon and Murray could be interesting, especially if they're going to talk politics. Major and Rayanne is going to be chaotic, but then again, that's kind of a given with Rayanne involved. Could be nice to spend some time with Marius, too. I don't know, they're all good options, I feel like. Kind of leaning towards Reckon and Murray. Oh, I just thought about one of the lines the Major says, that's not love. It hits harder now that we know that she's married and still wears the wedding ring after all these years later. That's so true. Yeah. Hmm. Do Why is it so hard to choose? Let's see what they're up to, I guess. Good call, Murray. I'll join you two. You'd be welcomed. Oh, what is Marius gonna do all alone? Now I really feel bad for leaving him out. Oh no. Nah, you're no good for this. I shall go for a stroll and try to defy both boredom and increasing nausea. Oh boy. Now I feel bad. You're welcome to join us if you... Please, no pity invitations. I'm fine, I'm fine. I make like Arik and take a nap. No! Let me put my hands on it one time. Oh god. That's gonna end poorly. Oh no. I have to pronounce things. Hang on, let me get some water first. How do you say these things? See? Before... How do you pronounce things? I hate this. This is a nightmare. I can almost... I just want to try pronouncing it like in Chinese or something, but I don't know if that's what they're going for. We've seen these words before. I am struggling to remember what they mean. Was it like... we're probably about to find out. It would be useful to work out who Kodal has lined up to be the next lord. Or failing that, who might try to claim it. A family tree seems a good starting point. Oh, easy. Mal made me memorize it. Kodal's father is where you'd start. Lord Adair Vibaxiag Barnet. That's so many words. I think I commented on that last time we had his name. I hate it. I know about Kodal from the people who come through here, but I've never picked up much of Adair. Oh, vicious and violent and worse. Not much else to say. Huh. Well, that somewhat changes the context of Kodal murdering him. Could there be some kind of twist where, like, Lord Kodal isn't evil, he's just, like, misunderstood or something? He was just trying to, you know, get rid of his evil father, and then, I don't know, had some kind of explanation for the rest of this shit. At least one of Kodal's scars is from him. Really? How do you know that? Doesn't everyone know that? Apparently not. Anyway, Adair's advantage was that being bloodthirsty is understandable. People knew where they stood with him. Exactly. Whether or not he was cold and heartless, he was powerful. He demanded loyalty. Did he have other children? Could have. That'd be our best bet. Never married. Kodal's mother was Lee something. High-ranking army commander. Till she abandoned her post and went on the run. With the kid. Huh. I never heard that. I assumed she died tragically. You know, in childbirth, like they always do in stories. Not how Mal tells it. Well, told me. You might talk revolution and the tyranny of blood all day, but he does have some sense for when to bite his tongue. So little Kodog grows up pretty normal for a bit, until one day a dare hunts them down, picks him up, says, "You're my heir and you're living with me now." And Lee? Tari didn't like to talk about it. What if Kodog isn't Adair's son? I gather that was the wrong question. It's in the blood. It's always in the blood. What does that mean? What? Crown claims the blood. If you're not of the blood, you can't take the throne. So if I'm interpreting this correctly, the crown is actually magical, and it can tell if you're the rightful heir? That's what I'm getting out of this? How? There isn't a how to it. Of course it's in the blood. You couldn't take someone normal and then plonk him on the throne. It's always within the bloodline. Mind you, being on the throne doesn't have to mean makes all the decisions, but when you say, hey, maybe the monarchy's flawed, people start shouting treason. We don't have a monarchy, Eric. We abolished that centuries ago. It was so oppressive. What do you have then, and how is it any better? Because it doesn't seem to be. I'm pretty sure we just came up with a new word for king. Does Eklau not have a bloodline? Definitely not. That sounds messy. Akalau has a fascinating system, actually. It's the sort of elected council. I'll tell you about it later. How do you know all of this weird shit? Well, I guess we do have an explanation that his parents were into this stuff and taught him all about it. Fine. It's in the blood. Keep going. So, how little was Kodog when he went to live in the castle? 4? 5? Older than that. 8 or 9, I think. Then he claimed the throne when he was about our age. Yes, discussed that. And then? Not much of note after that. Everything went to hell and stayed there for 20 years. 22? Really now? So Eric was born exactly when everything went to shit? I was barely a child when the news reached us of Adair's death. We were optimistic, celebrated. We thought the war would end, that the soldiers would be recalled, that Godard had done it because he wanted to be better. How long did it take for you to find out? About your sister? Not long after, but long enough. Erin never came home. Your side said she'd left the court a year ago. The letters she wrote us never mentioned coming back. She wouldn't have come back. She always saw things through. Godard disappeared from court before he did it. Before he slaughtered his own father like an animal. People started to imagine. Lord Codog's never said to be as vicious as Adair. He's harder to place. He lives in silence. He lashes out. He's driven the country into the ground with this never-ending, never-done war. Most people barely want to say his name anymore. Both your minds went straight to whether Adair had other descendants. You don't think Kodad does. Arik is born. Welcome to the world, son. The world is so... Looks outside and see everything goes down in flames. Yep. But I mean, I'm more wondering, like, what Arik's role in all of this is. Like, we still don't know who he is or what his importance is. I don't know. There hasn't been a person alive that would marry Kodad. If he did have any illegitimate children, they should have made a move by now. If they're old and... No, it's more than that. He's been lord for nigh on 20 years, and the biggest threat to his reign is that has no one lined up next. It can't be because he's undesirable. Yeah, if Arik has the special blood somehow too. That's what I'm guessing. He did chop off his own father's head. Having no descendants is less risky than having ones that hate you. I mean, I feel like what Murray was getting at was more that he might just not be able to have children. More likely he does have a cousin or a niece or something. Imagine if we... I have to go. I'll meet you back at the campsite. Later. What? That was sudden. What happened? Don't look at me. Let's head back. It's getting late by the time everyone makes it back to the campsite, and we're looking a little short on numbers. That's concerning. Oh, Lord. What have you done with Rhiann? Should have known it was a bad idea to let the two of them be. I love that phrasing of just, what have you done to Rhiann? We exchanged words. She'll come back. That type does. And what have y'all done with my sister? She came over all weird and needed a moment. Uh-huh. And please advise, how long has that moment been? Not that long. I figured she'd wind up here. Yeah, if she can find us. It's getting dark. You can probably work out where they are, right, Bracken? I guess this is another test. Ray won't have gone too far. It's only a matter of finding her. As for Rhiann, the tough part will be getting her to come back. I can go after one, and Marius can find the other. Fine. Okay. Oh, do we have a choice? Actually, I'm going to bed! Come on. Yeah, I mean, the women are definitely, you know, within their rights to want to avoid having children with Kodad, but at the same time, like, he is very powerful. You would think that being his wife or whatever would come with certain privileges. So, like, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I could definitely see there being women who consider it potentially worth the risk. Not that I think they're right, but you know. Let's see. I don't know. Who do I go look for? I don't want to just go to bed. This seems like such a dick move. Let's Let's look for Rayanne. I'll go look for Rayanne. Who knows what she'll get up to. Leaving me with Mira? Fair, fair. I can... Nah, this is on me. How often do I get to go out and bring her back? I'm gonna lord this over her like no one's business. You wait and see. How do you find Rayanne? Easy. Open your ears up to the fundamental disturbances in the way of the world. I pick a direction and head out while Marius is still asking Reckon for pointers. She's kicking up such a ruckus, it only takes minutes to come across her. Oh my god, what happened? The bloodied body of a deer lies by her feet. Well, I guess it's dinner at least. Did she just, like, walk up to it and stab it? Oh, it's you. Look, man, I know you like playing this game, but it's time for you to pick a side. What the heck are you talking about? Why did you bring the Major? Why did you run off? Major wasn't treating me right. Called her on it and she shoved me into the dirt. Told me I wasn't worth shit. Didn't like what she did to me and didn't see any point hanging around. Is that the side you're on? I need to know you've got my back. Did you only bring her because Bellegarde? Before Reckon joined us, we didn't have a single trained fighter. I wasn't going to pass up a chance to... So it's just about the rifle? It's not about the rifle. So we take the rifle and we kick her out. We're not doing that. She can't respect me. She can fuck right off. You fix it or... The Major's a problem? No, she's not. You're the problem. Rand, what did you say to her? That's a great question. Like, I want to be nice to Rayanne, because I feel like she kind of... I think she needs to feel like someone is on her side, but on the other hand, I kind of want to call her out. Like, would that help her if I called her on her bullshit? Or would it be excessively cruel? I feel like it might be excessively cruel. But not saying anything isn't any better, in my opinion. Like, what is this? This isn't gonna get us anywhere. Stay silent and let her vent. I don't know, it kind of depends how you interpret this silence. Like, I feel like she could take it as we're just ignoring her. And, like, not reacting to her. I don't know, this seems too much, though. I'm gonna try it. I'm not happy about it, though. I interpret it as I'm on no one's side. Yeah, kind of, but I feel like that's just gonna make her mad too. Like, I want to tell her that there are no freaking sides. Alright, let's try it. Hope I don't regret this. It doesn't matter. I am standing right here in front of you, saying that it matters. But it doesn't. We can't do this. Sounds like neither of you acted great. If the Major responded like that, it was probably in response to something. All we can do is let it go. Thank you, Arik, for actually responding in a reasonable way. Sometimes it's hard to tell with these games what the dialogue options are actually leading to. You think you're so above it all. I get it. I get that your life up till now has been awful. I even get that this is the sort of shit you had to pull to live on the streets. I don't begrudge that, but I will remain above it. God, people like you disgust me. Come on, fucker, take me back to camp. It's cold out here, and I'm gonna need my boy to warm me up. Boy. These two, I swear. Brienne tears ahead when once she sees the light of the campfire, diving into her tent. The Major, alone by the fire in the darkness, sees our approach and turns away. I nod at the Major, then fall straight into bed. Arik, I need you up and out here. So someone did manage to find her last night. I had a good think last night, and I'm concerned everyone is far too cozy in here. We can't risk ending up like... Like what? What are you talking about? I know. None taken. It's time to get out of this forest. We need to get back on the road. Arik, where do you go from here? How do we get to the capital? You go inland, or you go upriver. Can we make it upriver? Please, let's go upriver. I want to go upriver so bad, friends. Major, pros and cons. Shorter route, quicker travel. Difficult approach, expense. So what you're saying is a marvelous short-term solution, and we can work out the long-term parts once we're on the river. See, I solved our problem. They'd have a hard time finding us out there. A boat? A ship, Murray. Then, this would necessitate that I go out to the nearest town. Few hours by foot. I arrange for us a ship. He's so excited. And have it brought right by the forest. We can load ourselves up and sail right down to the cap. We can't... Kitty. Okay. Kitty has arrived. Take a quick cat pet break, as is necessitated by law. We can't go straight to the capital. We need somewhere to hide out. Wanted criminal, remember? I don't know how I feel about biding away more time. Only the time that we must, Patron. Somewhere in mind? To camp? There is a summer palace, away from the capital, isolated and discarded this time of year. Of the location, I am less clear, but not too distant. When people thought of it, they had the scent of salt and echoes on rock. So somewhere we could get to by ship. Probably between here and the capital. You've had this plan all along, huh? But you ain't never got the courage to walk out. You would each serve yourselves well to spend more time considering which thoughts necessitate being spoken. Fair. I'm guessing no one else has any sailing experience. Okay, I can do this. Your entire plan relies upon us surviving together in close quarters for a week, or however long. You'll be fine then. Hey, I got no issue getting up close and personal with some of these fine folks. How's that gonna go down for you? Well, if we're all in agreement, then I should... Wait, it doesn't need to be only you going out there. We're safest in groups. Oh, and who would you suggest? You don't want too much attention, so the fewer the better. Who's the most sensible person to send with Mireille? Someone I want to defend her, advise her. And who do I want to keep around? Ooh, we can choose anyone. Ooh. I mean, I feel like you can't go wrong with the major. Ran, I feel like would be a terrible idea. It's so funny that there's like, the major for protection, Marius for professional opinion, etc. And Rayanne doesn't have any qualifier. It's just take Rayanne. There's no point in her. She's not gonna help, but you can take her anyway. um, I mean, I feel like she would want the major. This seems like a bad idea. I think we owe the major some time in the spotlight. Maybe. I feel like we haven't really gotten much of her. But on the other hand, I do kind of want to send her with Mireille. Because I feel like she probably would be the best option. Like, the rest of us can stick together, but if it's just going to be the two of them, I want it to be someone that she can actually rely on and can actually, like, get along with. I guess Marius would be fine for that, too. Possibly. Probably. Reckon's not a bad idea, probably, too. I don't know. Me? So many options. Is this for us or for Mira? It's for Mira. We could go with her and get to... Wait, no, this is a bad idea. I'm literally wanted. Yeah, isn't Reckon also an enemy of the country, technically? That's a good point. Yeah, we both should stay hidden, probably. Yeah, Marius or Major are the only real options then, probably. Um, let's send the Major, I think. Yeah, we are wanted. I forgot. For a second, I forgot that this mission involved actually going out into civilization. Okay, take the Major. It's obvious, isn't it? You'll have to take the Major. That is only reasonable. Do not give her Rayanne, it will end poorly. Yep. Patron. Travel time. Prepare for overnight. Allow yourselves pace. Packing. Just one moment. It's fine. I only said a moment. Major, you'll keep her safe? She will keep me in line. What does that mean? What? Why do you need her to keep you in line? Don't let her hear you ask. Hmm? Thank you. Let's be off. Is she wearing pants now? Look at that. New outfit. Cute. I like her original one better, though. But still cute. Travel safe. In a matter of minutes, they're heading out, side by side. Marching back out into the real world. Boy, everything just keeps happening, doesn't it? What are we meant to do while we wait? Pack. Beyond that, what you will. What I will? You've got nothing worth wasting your time on. Come with me for a couple hours. Whatever you want. Oh my god. What are they gonna get up to? Yeah, she is a little bit trigger happy sometimes. I'm going to climb a tree and do some thinking. And you? True forest cryptid fashion. Ah. Oh, these are both tempting. Why are the decisions in this game so hard? I think maybe it's not this game. Maybe it's just me. Uh, I kind of feel like I need to keep them out of trouble, but on the other hand, if they're just gonna be fucking, like, I don't want to be part of that. Join the cryptid, become the cryptid. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, let's join the cryptid. Okay. Really? I suppose you're welcome to. Do not want to be part of whatever those two are doing. I think from what I've seen in this game, you actually can be. I think there might be a threesome option. Don't quote me on that, though. I love how Reckon just knows exactly what we're gonna ask before we ask it. And he seemed very excited about it. You don't usually... I'll go through the steps if I must. But I thought... You've always seemed less bothered than your friends. Oh, I guess it's not quite as foreign to me. Huh. That's also very interesting. I'm so curious about just all of these characters' backstories. Um, but yeah, I think it's really sweet that like I guess I don't know much about Reckon's people and like if they do just usually communicate telepathically, but then he's with us and we think it's well, not we, but like some of our party find it really weird and don't want to have our minds read. So, yeah, I think it's just kind of sweet that he feels he can do it a little bit more openly with Arik. That's cute. That is something I'm missing. I really do need practice. Hang on, sorry, I missed what was the line? Yeah, don't blame them because of privacy. Yeah, like if I met someone who could read minds, it would freak me out a lot. Like, I'm sorry, Reckon. I guess it's different if like you grow up with it being normal and it's just like that's how people communicate and that's just how it is for them. But yeah, going from thinking that all of your thoughts are always private to realizing that people can see inside your mind sometimes would be extremely freaky. Let's you and I get up into the trees and then we can talk. I'll give you a hand. That branch will never hold your weight. It's dead. It's been hollowed out inside. Don't even think about that one. You need to keep as close to the trunk as you can. What is the game's rating? Because I didn't know about this threesome business. I don't know if games on Steam usually have like a, that kind of rating? I don't know. I know there are like some mild mature content warnings. You can check the video description for the game's content warnings. I don't think it's gonna get too spicy or anything, but it gets a little bit spicy. Can't help thinking about it. Damn well can. No one bothered trying to teach you people how to focus. Well, they don't need to control their thoughts all the time, because they don't need to worry about people reading them. That is really interesting to think about, how people would, you know, think and communicate differently if they grew up in a community that could read people's minds. Stupid question. Sorry. Finally reached the top of the canopy. From up here you can look right out across the sea of greenery down to the water. Whoa. I get you. You've lived here 8 years. I've existed here for all of 7. I don't live here. The country that killed Merrin, not my home. Can you tell me more about her? It might be important. That's very like you. Might be important. Know as well as you do why you're asking. I love the fact that Reckon has embraced his forest cryptidness, yeah. Love me a good forest cryptid. I'll take the opportunity. She was very like you. Warm, affectionate. She didn't know how it all burst out of her. Merrin wanted to bring peace. Not only to have peace, to play a role. So desperately. She talked herself onto the envoy ship, even though the whole world was against her. But she was young. That. I don't know what word you would use for it. She was like your friends. She couldn't. Any of it. Is that common? It's rare, but it happens. The way of it means that I came second, and I had all of it. What? Huh. What does that mean? I wonder if... Does that mean that she didn't have, like, the telepathy? She was like your friends? She couldn't, like, read minds? Is that what he's saying? father always said either she'd end the war with words, or I'd win it with force. He preferred her way. It can still be that way. I don't. You don't. Sometimes I worry that her weight lost. Maybe Rayanne is right. There's only one way left. We won't know until we're there. I can't no, not yet. But it would be a waste, wouldn't it? Her way must have left something. Need to find the results of her actions. Sure, they echo and that will be her legacy. Legacy, meaning... Wait, I know this one. Legacies in Akalau. The, parts of your mind, your thoughts, that you leave in someone else's mind. That kind of echoes the thing that Mireille was saying about Arik, about how he puts part of himself in other people. The bits of you that take hold on someone else's head and stay there after you're dead. Arik Terry-san. Very good. You're determined to surprise me, aren't you? Someone could get lost in your mind. Holy shit, no, don't. It's a compliment. What's it sound like back home? Is it like calling someone deep? Bracken was 2 when she was announced dead? I don't remember what the timeline was. I don't think it could have been. I don't think he could have been that young. Because then he wouldn't remember her. And he clearly does. I don't know. I'm not entirely clear on the timeline. Something like that. How did you know about legacies? Someone must have found Akalau fascinating enough to talk to me about it. They were right. That's what a legacy is. What I'm here to find. Growing up, her mind was as loud as mine. Can't have just gone. She owed us more. I want to find the scars she left him with. Lord Koda, that's what you're really here for. Not to find out how she died. If she died. Not only that. I need to see what remains of her. I need to take it home. Akalau tells stories about her. All the time. But I always wondered. Do I remember her? Or who they've decided she was? So, who was she? Through your eyes? Here you are. I've never met her mother. Our father never talked about her. Hang on, were you? Your language doesn't capture our family structures. Marin's mother died, bringing me in. So we call her my sister's mother, but not mine. Huh. That happens often enough, you have a whole construction for it. Oh, more than that. Stories for it. Perhaps a child leeches from you, leaves you with nothing left for yourself. What? Perhaps children are so loud before they learn that someone else must be quieted. Or perhaps it's in our blood. Doesn't matter why. We've made our peace with it. I had Merrin. Merrin had me. That was rare. Before she left, she built us a fort from blankets and sheets. I said I was too old for forts, but she insisted. She said she had a gift for me. After someone has died at home, not meant to think of them. It's... Unless they're a war hero. Like poor Merrin. No one says, don't talk about them, they're gone. But you notice that no one is thinking of them. So try to avoid it too. And that you realize years have gone past without their name in mind. Yeah, it's so weird to think about this society where people can just read minds. That, like, I guess they have just, like, trained themselves to be able to control what they think of. And, like, if you want to, you know, not talk about something that you don't... If you want to avoid something unpleasant, you have to completely avoid thinking about it. Because otherwise, like, it's the same as just bringing it up in conversation. Like, everyone's gonna hear about it. And then they're gonna be thinking about it too. Oof. That's hard. How do you do that? How do you live like that? But I guess they're just used to it, having grown up doing that. Just constantly, like, having to be in control of your own thoughts. How could Merrin know that? No one would point out to her that she was thinking about something no one else could. Can't draw attention to it. That night, she found a memory for me. Her mother, asleep in a chair beside a window, warmed in the sun. Merrin climbed into her lap and dozed there. Just half an hour. We curled up in the shared warmth of that memory all night. Aww. That's very sweet, though. The sad thing is, I always regretted it. After everyone decided she was dead, never stop thinking about it. It's the last time I ever saw my sister. And I didn't tell her that I wanted to spend that time with her. Bracken sits quietly by the fire, lost in his own mind. Marius and Rayan are almost sitting on top of each other for warmth. I'm gonna ask. You already have. You gonna answer? No, it's completely blind. But I'd like to see you try to sneak up on me. What did it? Oh. No, nothing did anything to my eye. Does everything have to be done by something? I was bored with this. Wow. All of it? No. Aww. Bracken presses his fingers against his scarred cheek. This I did myself when I first came here. Oh. One look at the marks on my face would make it clear where I came from. It's dangerous. Huh. So do their people have some kind of distinctive markings on their face? And he, like, burned it off or something? Yikes. Oh. Dumbass. You didn't work that one out? You did? Yeah, I figured. I just didn't feel like telling you. Oh. How old were you? 25. I always knew what I'd have to do if I was going to spend any time here. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a timeline on Reckon now. If he came here, I think 7 or 8 years ago, right? And he was 25 then. So, yeah, he's like in his early 30s. If you'd seen me before, it was like burning out a part of me. But it had to be done. I don't think I could do anything like that, ever. Or Murray. You're not Eckler. You wouldn't have to. Yes, if Mira was... or I thought she was. Or everyone told me she was. Old man by internet standards, yeah. How much do you owe someone when they're not even around? I don't know if remembering someone and doing all this... sorry. You were thinking it anyway. If I knew she was... dead? I don't think I could. Is this another owing thing? That is very much the wrong word entirely. But yes. No. Yes. Man, I don't think I'm ever gonna get the hang of how you work. I don't expect you to. And your mind is as much your own as everyone's around you. Your approach to people outside yourself changes. Out of necessity. If our definition of, humanity is being self-aware, knowing what's you and what's everyone else, maybe we're not human. If our definition of self is part internal and part self as reflected back through others, you're not human. Are we different? What's the word? Species? Yeah. Yes. Can we crossbreed? That's such a weird way to put it, but, like, it's a fair question. Would we want to? I don't think so. No. Right. If this is our last night in here, I don't know why we're wasting it. I'm going out there so I can enjoy the last few hours of not being stuck in a cramped space with all you lot. What did I just fucking say? Doesn't matter who you think you are. I still want to be on my own. Don't. I'll stay within range. You're welcome. What is the range? I'm back. Mira?
We had them sail the ship upriver. No troubles with the moon so bright.
Yeah, I wonder if Eric is half. He could be. That is a very real possibility.
They've jumped off onto their rowboat, paid enough not to ask questions or remember us to anyone. We should get off and onto the road in the morning, before people start noticing the empty boat anchored by the haunted woods.
I hope to the Lord you mean a ship. We're never going to fit. And also, it's not a road, Mira. Come on.
It's plenty large, I promise you.
Whereabouts?
Come on, Amna is waiting for us to come back and check it out.
Amna? Oh, you've got a long story to tell.
Shh! Shh! Look, you have to understand.
Is Amna the Major's real name? Are we actually going to get a name for her? Okay, okay. I didn't fall asleep. I'm awake. I'm awake. Yeah, half Eckler, half magical blood of royalty. Quite likely. There's a name painted on the side of the prow. Arius rests a hand against the lettering. She's perfect.
Not one of yours. It's a salvage from an Eckler fleet that washed up after a naval attack. They patched it up, and they've been trying to sell it as a war trophy for years now. Even above the asking price, it was a deal. Though they've said she won't do well on the open sea. I thought it might put Brecken at ease.
Oh, that's sweet that she's thinking of him like that. She'll do wonders for us. Rand doesn't look convinced.
You bought it? And gave him bonus money? What'd it cost? Not going to answer that question, if you don't mind. But seriously, how much was it? It was an entire boat. How much was it?
A cheap ship's a sunk ship.
You bought it. I failed to see an alternative. Anything else and they might have been after us. Sure, throw the big bags of cash around. That solves everything. It rather tends to. I rather think I shall sojourn tonight. Ran out, buckos. Catch you in the morning. Marius.
I'm gonna sleep on the ship tonight. You're just trying to get the best bed. I love how excited he is about the ship. Race you. Aww.
Auric, as for Rayan.
Let her be.
Reckon?
Actually, where is Reckon? Is he still asleep? Did he not care about the boat?
The boat is fine. Nice design.
Awful title.
Haven't seen one of these since I came here. I was... You know she doesn't want to be followed. You don't need me. Well, so it goes. How long till dawn? 4 hours, maybe 5. Here's to one last night of decent sleep on solid ground, then.
Amen to that. Major stays by the boat as the rest of us head back to the camp. She takes up a predatory stance where the forest thickens, cradling her rifle. I get back to my tent and collapse into bed. The hell was that?
find them first. Rand stands with one foot planted on a prone body, blood splattered across her face. She wipes the blood from her face and deliberately flicks it onto the Major's boots. Oh. Oh. No, you don't. You let me look at... Oh shit, what is going on? Fuck! Now she's out cold. It's clear it's not her forehead that's bleeding. Cut continues across her eye and down her cheek. Blood and liquid oozing across her face. Brecken balls up his cloak and presses it against Rand's face. I don't understand. Major? Murray, we were followed. Ran. Oh. Oh, fuck. No time, Murray. We need to get on that ship now. Major, grab the must-haves from the camp and meet me there in 10 minutes. Sir. Marius. Marius is digging through the body's pockets. But when I address him, he dives defensively towards Rayanne. Marius. Get Rayanne on the ship. I meant to... However you have to. Just get her there before... Okay. Marius throws one of Rayanne's arms over his shoulder, keeps the padding against her face. He heads for the boat. Is she... I have to. If you won't... No. Yes. Yes, I will. For a moment. Just a moment. I'm standing alone in the mess we've made. Marius has the sails down, and Murray and the Major are keeping an anxious lookout. Spread Rayanne out on the deck. Where are we? Just get us away. We'll work it out in the morning. I had a responsibility to you and yours. I heard and didn't move. Didn't care. Didn't think I could. No one's blaming you for this. Someone should. Hold me accountable. You all fight so hard. Have whatever is left of me to give. Petron. I thought... We aren't safe. We have to move now. Shit's going down. Achievement unlocked. One step further. And to be honest, I think this might be a good place to stop. Maybe a little bit earlier than I usually go, but seeing as we just seemingly finished a chapter, I don't think we're really going to get a better stopping point than this. So, I think I'm going to call it here. Oh boy. What the heck is going on? This game is definitely intriguing. I want to know so much more about the characters. Just so many secrets and mysteries. Yeah. I just kind of wonder where the plot is going to go from here. Like, we're clearly still being followed, so it's going to be an issue. But
Yeah, we got to have some nice little, like, bonding moments in this, uh, episode. So, it was cool. And now we're going to be on a boat adventure for a while. I wonder if Reckon is confused and astonished because he couldn't hear the followers' thoughts. Um, I didn't get any kind of indication of that, I don't think. I think it's less that he's confused about what's going on and more that he's just not very good at communicating in words. I think he was just having trouble phrasing things. So I don't know exactly what he was trying to say there. I thought something. I don't know, maybe he's responding to something that he heard in someone else's head. That's the interesting thing about Reckon, that, like, sometimes he'll react to things that I, as the player, and I guess as Arik, don't actually hear. So that's kind of fun. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Thank you for coming. I hope you're enjoying this game. I'm definitely, like, I would say I'm not super invested in the actual, like, plot, but I'm invested in, like, the mysteries and the character relationships. So, there's a lot of stuff that I'm really curious about. We'll be picking this back up on Thursday. Same time as usual, 7 p.m. EST. So, I hope you join me then. For now, though, have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you later. Bye.